Hello everyone, it is I, Republic Studs, and welcome to our episode of Ask the Stud, episode 10. Now, welcome back to Ask the Stud. I know it's a little late this week, but first I do want to ask you all to hit the subscribe button. It would mean the world to me. We are growing rapidly, and I would love to hit 30,000 close to the end of the year. If it doesn't happen, I won't be too upset, but I would just love it. And also, while you're down there, make sure to check out RepublicStuds.shop. We have the new holiday sweatshirts. We have the Captain Rex hoodie I'm wearing right now. Just got it in. Absolutely love it. And while you're at it, check out Rakuten in the description for $40 for free. Also, again, while you're down in the comment section, feel free to ask a question for next week's episode. Now, this week I'm specifically looking for the last episode of the year, and I want stuff related to my favorites of the year, my least favorites of the year, just things related to the year of 2021 with LEGO Star Wars, as well as my channel. Ask me stuff about what my favorite thing was from the channel this year, just things along those lines. And again, I want to thank you guys again for the immense support, and with that said, we're going to get right on into your questions. Now, first up, we have a question from Jedi Gamer Joe. Now, he asks, do you think there will be more minifigure packs after the Clone Trooper and Rebel ones? And do you think what do you think they will do next for the minifig packs after they do the Rebel and Clone packs? Will there be more clones? Is there a possibility that they might even do a Battlefront minifig pack? Now, first off, they're absolutely not going to be doing a Battlefront minifig pack. I'll just say that right off the bat. It's almost obvious they're not bringing back that game. There's zero reason for them to ever do that again. With that being said, I think of course they're going to be doing more minifigure packs. I'm sure these are going to sell extremely well. I'm very excited about them. And you know, I've done some mental math in my brain about if these are worth it or not, and we'll talk about that a little bit later with another question. But yeah, so we're for sure going to see one. I actually saw Brick Wizard 59 did a fantastic model of this one. It's like a 3/32 one or something. It looks beautiful. I love the Siege of Mandalore one. I want it so incredibly badly. So yeah, I think it's very possible we end up seeing stuff like that. Now, ones I think are probably likely. I was honestly shocked we didn't get anything from Mando, so I think that's probably a likely possibility. Things from these more obscure shows, I think is a great opportunity to get characters from these shows that probably don't deserve their entire sets, but you know, it's an easy and cheap way to get the characters. And again, I think it's a great concept, a little long overdue, but just another cheap way to get minifigures, and I have a lot to talk about in that regard, which we're going to get into a little later in this video. It's actually this next question from Commander Ark. What is your favorite year of LEGO Star Wars and why? Do you think this could be due to the theming of the sets or nostalgia? I love the channel. Thank you so much. Now, here is the reason that 2014 is the best year of LEGO Star Wars. 2014 was just popping. This was like a weird era where it's like they were like still doing amazing prequel sets. It was right before the sequels. This was my first year on the scene with LEGO Star Wars. I was like 8 or 9 or something at the time. And I absolutely loved that. You had stuff from Rebels, you had stuff from The Empire Strikes Back, you had the Cantina came out at that time, you had all of, again, these Revenge of the Sith sets. And you had all these battle packs on shelves too. I think beyond that, not even just the 2014 sets, all the sets from like 1 or 2 years before that were still on shelves, you had just this amazing variety of sets from every era of Star Wars. It was so diverse, it was so great, and we hadn't had that for a long time, and I think next year is actually certainly going to be one of the best years from a pure buyer perspective. Like in terms of just general minifigure value packs we're going to be having on shelves, we're going to have the File First Battle Pack, the Clone Trooper minifigure packs, the Hoth Battle Pack, we're having the supposed Dark Trooper one. I don't even know what we're getting in the summer of next year. We might very well get another minifig centered set. Obviously, that's all very exciting. We have tons of great sets out right now. We have the Mandalorian Starfighter, Bad Batch Shuttle, things along those lines that haven't really been out for like 5 years of LEGO Star Wars, and we're really entering into another graceful period of that, and I think that's why next year could possibly be like a top tier year for LEGO Star Wars. Now, I want to go back for a second to the 2014 question, why is that one so great? Now, first off, this one is just fantastic. It was the perfect set of diversity. First, in the beginning of the year, you got all your Revenge of the Sith sets. You got your Anakin's Jedi Starfighters. You got all of that type of stuff. You move into the middle of the year, you get your fix of original trilogy sets. You got an AT-AT, you got a Cantina, you got Snow Speeders and things along those lines. And again, at the same time, I'm pretty sure Palpatine's Arrest was still for sale because I got that for Christmas like that year. And you just had things along those lines, just great value sets. The gunship was still on shelves. The Millennium Falcon from 2011 was still on shelves. There was just a perfect variety on the shelf. And in terms of the year itself, it is by far the best year for LEGO Star Wars. We also got a ton of great Clone Troopers. I had to argue the best Clone Trooper year of LEGO ever. That's why I love 2014, easily the best year. I don't think it'll ever be topped. A lot of people will say 2013, but I really think 2014 topped the cape because you have the 2014 sets and the 2013 sets. Now, next up, we have a question from Commander Grease, a longtime fan of the channel. Congrats on 25K, thank you. For my question, if there was one thing you could change about the sequels, what would you change? Everything. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the sequels. You guys know this. I personally think that The Force Awakens is the worst Star Wars movie, period. I think it was just awful from the get-go. It's a complete copy, ripoff of the first one. They ruin Han Solo effectively. They just completely throw out his character arc of becoming a general, and they throw him back to being this loser divorced dad smoking pot in the Falcon with Chewie. I hate what they did to him. I hate what they did to Luke. I think they completely backsided Leia. And beside that, they brought in all these completely uninteresting characters nobody really cared about. A few of them had interesting possibilities, like Finn, but they didn't really ever fully develop on that. So I would have completely just gotten rid of Episode 7, and then after that, I would have probably just recast the old cast. Everyone would have been upset about it at first, but we survived and moved on, like with the Han Solo movie. And I think we do the same thing with that. You just shrug your eyes at it, and that would be one of the unfortunate things. But then maybe you could see, like, Thrawn come back into play and that sort of stuff. So next up we have a question from Studs and Stuff. Do you think that LEGO Star Wars stop motions are a part of the LEGO community? In the most recent episode of Ask M&R, that's M&R production series, he said that stop motions didn't matter and that they weren't part of the community, so I wonder what you thought they were. One second, let me call my friend Brix Films. He's really good at animating. Are LEGO Star Wars stop motion animators a part of the LEGO community?
I'd say so. Unless, yeah, I think so.
Okay, bye. He was so confused. I didn't prelude him to any of that. Yeah, seriously, I do think they are. I don't know what that's in reference to, but I think they are. I don't know why they wouldn't be, to be completely honest. Next up, we have a question from ThatClassicBrick, a member. We always guarantee members will get their questions answered. Now, what do you think the next set with Count Dooku will be, and when will that come out? Now, again, strong possibility for this year. If it doesn't come out this year, it'll come out sometime. I'm sure we're going to get a Count Dooku at some point in time. I don't think there's like a 0% chance we ever don't get one again. And honestly, it sucks that we haven't gotten a Count Dooku. I remember back when I was first getting into LEGO, they were just retiring that Geonosis set with him in the dual set the last time we saw him, and I almost didn't get a chance to get one, and now I only have one, and I wish they did more. I think that would be great, but, you know, it's just kind of unfortunate that it hasn't been out in almost 10 years. Now, next up, we have a question from Brick Knight. Do you think that the Clone Trooper Command Station minifigure pack is worth army building even though a clone commander is included? Now, this is actually a really good question. Now, first off, I want to do some math with you guys. Now, first off, if you look at a set like the 501st Battle Pack right now, that is a set that is currently going for $30, technically speaking. And then these two sets are, if you want to get two minifigure packs, that will also be $30. And the thing that I find interesting is, technically speaking, if you were to add up that or a 501st Battle Pack, you will actually be getting more official minifigures from buying two of these minifigure packs. Now, again, that excludes battle droids. If you include battle droids, it's the same amount. Now, you'd be getting 4 plain Phase 1 Clone Troopers, again, the same price as the other one. But the thing that I find really interesting about the Clone Commander niche genre thing is, well, if you're not too much of a purist like a lot of people are, and I'd almost consider myself to be one of these people, then I think it would be fine to have yellow ones. They are not the worst possible ones to have armies of. I can think of way worse things for them to include. Honestly, if they were to just throw in a Phase 1 Commander Cody or Captain Rex, that would have been way worse, because then everyone would have had 2 bajillion Codys, and effectively would have made the price useless, because everyone's going to be army building and having this one useless figure. This is actually a character you could justify as a Commander Bly type Legion, and you could throw visors on or like that sort of stuff and just make it like a Commander Bly's 327th Legion Trooper. I think that would make a ton of sense. I'd be totally down for that. And I might actually do that, because I'm not sure how many of these I'm going to buy. I'm going to buy like 2 or 3 to start. I want everyone to get their opportunity to get one, and then I'll probably start bulking up on them a bit more. Next up, we have a question from Weekly Bricks. What has been your worst LEGO shopping experience? I can think of 2 of these. Now, first off, it is every store on my birthday. Now, for those who don't know, my birthday is December 27th. 2 days after Christmas, which means every single store, toy store, Lego store, anything, is pretty much out of stock of everything. And you know, that sucks because I have I'll have birthday money or stuff and I'll want to go out and get a Lego set and I never ever can. And it's just the worst. Those are always my worst shopping experiences, and every year I think it's gonna change and every year I don't. Last year I went out on my birthday, I wanted to go to Target to, you know, just get something small, because why not? And the only set they had in stock that I didn't own, like they had like 3 Micro Fighters, they had the Kylo Ren one, the Zori Bliss one, I just had to settle on a Zori Bliss Micro Fighter for $10, because I wanted to get something, but it's not that great. Second worst one is by far this Black Friday weekend. I went to a Target in my area. Oh my gosh, this was so bad. First off, I have never seen a more messy aisle. I'll show a video of it. It was ridiculous. One of the worst experiences I think I've seen in a Target. I didn't even end up buying anything. It was just not good at all. Oh my gosh, I have never seen such messy aisles before. It was really ridiculous, and people were very ridiculous at this particular Target. That was just not fun at all. Next up, we finally have a question from my buddy Mike and Ike Productions. What single minifigure do you have the most of, and how many do you have of it? Now, I don't have an exact number because I don't remember, but it's certainly the 501st Trooper without a doubt, zero doubt in my mind. I probably, if you include the Jetpack Trooper in that, which I know technically don't, I probably have close to around 100, 200, and if you don't include the Jetpack Trooper, it's probably closer to 150. And that's included between sealed sets and opened ones. That's just me throwing out a number. It's probably around that. I'd like to get more before it retires. I'm waiting to see if they go on sale any more than they already are. But yeah, that is this episode of Ask the Stud. I want to hear your questions again in the comments down below. I will see you guys all in the next one. Remember to peace out and stay awesome.